Next database we're going to look at is the lighting database. So again, in the electrical section, selecting lighting DB, this will launch the lighting database program. File new. This presents us with a dialog box to enter all our information. So the first thing we're going to look at is loading some photometry in a LUMDAT standard that you would have taken from a manufacturer's website. It might be LUMDAT, EU LUMDAT, and having loaded the data onto your PC. So in order to add the fitting, you can see a series of buttons on this dialog box. You select the Add button. This takes you into the Proforma sheet for a brand new fitting. You then select the submenu File, Single Import. You select the standard you want to import, so in this case, a LUMDAT file. You then go and select the database location that you've saved it to. In this case, on the database, we use the training tutorial project that we use on our courses. We can see here a series of LDT files that we would have downloaded from a manufacturer. Selecting the LDT file, opening it up, we can see here then it imports all the data. So first of all, this is a Luxonic fitting. The data they've provided is the reference. The description could be better. It just says T8 18 watt. There are 4 of them. And if we go into the details button, we can see they're 580 square. So we could say it's a 600 by 600 surface mounted. So I could change the reference so that we're in the program. I could say it's a T8 18 watt times 4 lamp, 600 square. That gives us a little bit more information so that when we select it. So again, referring back to the details button, there's all the entry information for the details. There's all the intensity information, the vertical and horizontal angles. Now this is important. Notice the utilization and glare index boxes are italicized, which means there's no data. The manufacturers haven't provided that data. When manufacturers test their fittings, they usually take measurements at every 2.5 degrees. The Technical 5 in TM memoranda has algorithms that can calculate the light utilization and glare index information every 5 degrees. So we can actually do that. Now in this instance, if we have a fitting where the utilization and glare index boxes are italicized, you can place the fitting by hand and look at the output, but what you can't do is get the program to calculate the number of fittings in the space. So it won't do the space to height calculation. So it's important that those boxes are set up so that you want to get the program to calculate the number of fittings in the space. To do that, calculate TM5 in 10. That then gives you the utilization information and the glare index information. And you also then have the output for the fitting itself in terms of the lamp circuit wattages. If it's an LED, it can be recognized as such. So that's essentially how you would set up a single fitting. The data that you get is only as good as the manufacturer's data. So if they don't put much of a description in there, it's up to you to cross-reference to the catalogue. We only import what the manufacturers provide in the standard Proforma sheets. So that concludes how to actually import a single fitting.